Welcome back to JF Coins. Today we're diving deep into one of the most sought-after and surprising coins in American numismatic history, the 1962 D. Lincoln penny. But not just any version, we're talking about the rare, mysterious, and ultra-valuable Ultra Lincoln 1962 D. penny. A coin that has stunned collectors and auction houses alike with its staggering price tags reaching into hundreds of thousands of dollars, with a market value clocking in at an eye-watering $597,724. So how can a 1-cent coin from over 60 years ago be worth more than $500,000? What secrets lie behind this seemingly simple piece of copper? Stick around, because today we uncover the incredible history, the shocking facts, and the red-hot demand for the 1962 D. Ultra Lincoln penny. Let's travel back to the year 1962. America was on the edge of the space race, JFK was in office, and pocket change was filled with coins that we now consider collectible gold mines. The Denver Mint was responsible for producing an enormous number of Lincoln pennies that year, over 1.7 billion coins in total. That's right, billion with a B. So why is one of them suddenly worth the price of a luxury sports car? Well, here's where it gets interesting. Among those billions of coins, a small, almost imperceptible number were struck with extreme precision, high-quality planchets, and using ultra-sharp dies. These rare examples have become known among serious collectors as the Ultra Lincoln variety. They were not regular circulation coins, they were most likely either specimen strikes, early die-state strikes, or mint errors that were accidentally released into the wild. They have incredibly sharp detail, mirror-like surfaces, and sometimes even proof-like qualities, despite being struck at the Denver Mint, which wasn't even producing proof coins at the time. That anomaly alone makes these coins one of the great mysteries of the Lincoln Cent series. Now let's break it down. What exactly makes a 1962 D. Lincoln Cent an ultra? It's all in the details. First, strike quality. These coins have crisp, clean edges, Lincoln's hair and beard show full definition, and even the Lincoln memorial on the reverse is sharp as a razor. Second, the luster and surface quality. Many of these Ultra Lincolns show deep, reflective fields and frosty devices, similar to a proof coin. Third, and maybe most importantly, condition. Only a handful of these coins have been graded at MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, and fewer still with designations like Red RD for their immaculate color preservation. When those rare high-grade examples hit the auction block, the bids start to skyrocket. One specimen sold for a staggering $597,724, setting a new benchmark for Lincoln cents from the 1960s. Think about it, that's nearly 60 million times its original value. Now here's where things get really exciting. Could you be holding one of these rare Ultra 1962 D pennies right now and not even know it? Maybe it's in your old coin jar, passed down from your grandparents, or sitting in a forgotten roll of cents in the attic. Look for the small D under the date. That means it was minted in Denver. If it glows with an almost mirror-like brilliance, you may be onto something. Pay close attention to the details in Lincoln's face, hair, and jacket. A sharply struck coin could be a clue. If your penny still has full red luster, especially with no signs of wear, you might be in possession of a gem. To be sure, send it to PCGS or NGC. Only a professional grading service can confirm its true value. You don't need to be a millionaire to become one, you just need a sharp eye and a little luck. Now let's talk numbers. The coin market is booming, and Lincoln cents, especially rare ones, are in hot demand. Auction houses like Heritage and Stack's Bowers have seen a surge in interest for these premium condition coins. Why? Because they're getting harder to find every year. Most of them have been lost, damaged, or circulated beyond collectability. In today's market, a high-grade MS66RD can fetch several $1,000s, but once you hit MS67RD or higher, the sky's the limit. And that's where we saw the legendary $597,724 sale come from. That's no fluke either. Demand continues to rise, especially among investors, high-end collectors, and museums looking for perfect specimens. If you're thinking of investing in coins or building a collection, the 1962 D. Ultra Lincoln is one of the most elusive and potentially profitable coins you could dream of finding. So there you have it. The 1962 D. Lincoln penny, once a humble cent, now a legendary coin worth nearly $600,000. It's a testament to how history, mystery, and the thrill of the hunt can turn everyday pocket change into a collector's dream. Have you ever come across a 1962 D penny that looks unusual? Do you have a stash of old coins you haven't looked through in years? This might be the perfect time to take a second glance because your fortune might just be 1 cent away. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future treasure hunts. Let us know in the comments if you've got any rare coins in your collection or if there's a coin you want us to cover next. Until next time, keep those eyes sharp, those coin jars open, and remember, not all treasure is buried. Some of it is jingling in your pocket. Let me know if you'd like me to turn this into a voiceover script, add visual suggestions, or make it fit your specific channel style.
Today's video is going to absolutely blow your mind. We're diving deep, really deep, into the fascinating, mysterious, and shockingly valuable world of one of the rarest modern coins in U.S. history, the legendary 1971 D Lincoln cent, also known by some collectors as the Ultra 1971 D penny. And get this, some of these have been valued at over $597,000. Yes, you heard that right. Almost $600,000 for a 1-cent coin. So buckle up, because you're about to go on a ride through history, mystery, and money. The birth of the Lincoln cent. Let's rewind the clock a bit and set the stage. The Lincoln cent has been a staple in American currency since 1909. That year, the U.S. Mint decided to honor our 16th president, Abraham Lincoln, on the 100th anniversary of his birth. It was the first time a real person appeared on a regular issue U.S. coin, designed by Victor David Brenner. The original design featured Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, the front, and 2 wheat ears on the reverse, earning it the nickname Wheat Penny. Fast forward to 1959, and the reverse was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, celebrating Lincoln's 150th birthday. This version of the coin stayed in production for decades, until 2008. But in 1971, something interesting happened at the Denver Mint. The 1971 D Lincoln cent, a coin with secrets. Now, the 1971 D Lincoln penny might seem like your typical pocket change. Over 2.5 billion of these were minted in Denver, Colorado. So how in the world does something so common end up being worth over $500,000? Well, here's where things get exciting. Most of those billions of coins were just regular, everyday pennies. But a very, very small handful had mysterious features that shocked collectors and numismatists when they first appeared in the market. One of the key things that makes these pennies so rare is a striking error or unusual variety, such as a strong double die obverse or extremely high-grade specimens with flawless, mirror-like surfaces. These are the so-called Ultra 1971 D Lincoln cents. Only a few are known to exist in pristine condition, and even fewer have been professionally graded and verified. Why are some 1971 D pennies worth over $597,000? Let's break it down. One of the most valuable specimens was graded by PCGS as MS69RD, Mint State 69 Red. That's just 1 point away from a perfect coin. And for a penny minted over 50 years ago, surviving in that kind of flawless condition is almost impossible. Think about it. Pennies get tossed around in pockets, dropped on floors, mixed with keys, and scraped inside coin jars. So when a penny from 1971 turns up looking like it just came fresh out of the press, that's a big deal. And collectors will pay big bucks to get their hands on it. We're talking auction house battles, intense bidding wars, and coin dealers from around the world chasing after this tiny piece of copper like it's the holy grail of American numismatics. But even beyond condition, varieties and errors push the price even higher. What to look for in a valuable 1971 D penny? If you're wondering whether your 1971 D penny could be a hidden treasure, here's what you should check for: condition, condition. Condition: the better the state, the higher the value. A coin in mint state 65 or higher can already be worth hundreds, maybe thousands. But when you hit MS 68 or MS 69, that's when the six-figure offers start rolling in, strong doubling on the obverse. If you notice Lincoln's portrait, the date, or the lettering like "In God We Trust" or "Liberty" showing signs of clear doubling, like a shadow behind the letters, you may have a double die variety. Color grading: the RD designation stands for red, meaning the coin still has that original, bright copper shine. Coins that have turned brown or dull over time won't score as high with collectors. Strike sharpness: a deep, sharp strike with clear details on Lincoln's hair, cheek, and jawline is a sign of a well-made coin, die variety. There are rumors in the numismatic world about secret die varieties, experimental planchets, or unrecorded minting errors tied to 1971. While not officially confirmed, these whispers keep collectors hunting for the next big discovery. How many are out there? Here's the thing, no one knows for sure. We know that over 2.5 billion were made, but how many were struck perfectly? How many escaped damage, circulation, or time? How many sit in old coffee cans, forgotten in grandpa's attic? Experts believe fewer than a dozen true ultra-grade 1971 D pennies exist in the wild. And when one appears at auction, it sends shockwaves through the collecting world. Recent auction madness. Let's talk real numbers. One of the most famous sales happened at a major coin auction where a 1971 D penny graded MS69 RD fetched an eye-watering $597, $723. That's enough to buy a house. Or a couple of Teslas. Or, almost 60 million regular pennies. And guess what? This might just be the beginning. As the years go by, and more people get into coin collecting, the demand for ultra-rare specimens like this continues to climb. How to get your 1971 D penny appraised? So, if you've got a jar of old coins sitting at home, don't ignore those pennies. Especially those from the early 1970s. Here's what you can do: look closely for signs of doubling, perfect shine, and sharp details. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect closely. If one looks promising, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Wait for the grade, and possibly brace yourself for a life-changing surprise. The 1971 D Lincoln cent isn't just a coin. It's a symbol of how something so small, so seemingly ordinary, can turn out to be a hidden gem. It's a reminder that treasure doesn't always come in gold and diamonds. Sometimes, it's hiding in the change drawer or your childhood piggy bank. Every collector dreams of finding that one coin. The one that changes everything. The one that proves luck, history, and passion can align in a single copper disc no bigger than your thumbnail. So next time you're about to toss a penny, take a second look. Who knows? You just might be holding a $597,000 fortune. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin stories, and drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or want help identifying one. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your pocket change bring you big change. Let me know if you want a shorter version for TikTok, Instagram, or a voiceover script for YouTube Shorts too. Could change your life. A copper coin from 1975 that looks ordinary to most people, but to the trained eye, it's an ultra-rare gem. This is not just any Lincoln cent. This is the mysterious, elusive, and almost mythical 1975 D Ultra Lincoln cent, a coin whose current estimated market value is a jaw-dropping $597,722. Yes, you heard that right, over $500,000 for one single penny. Let's dive deep into the history, the mystery, and the value of this fascinating piece of American numismatic history. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, has become one of the most iconic and longest-running coin series in U.S. history. With Victor David Brenner's unmistakable portrait on the obverse, the Lincoln penny has graced American pockets for over a century. But among the billions minted over the years, a select few stand apart: coins that were minted with errors, special strikes, or low mintages, coins like the 1975 D Ultra Lincoln cent. The year was 1975. The Vietnam War had just ended. The U.S. economy was battling inflation. Technology was evolving, and the bicentennial celebrations were just around the corner. But in the bustling Denver Mint, where hundreds of millions of pennies were being struck, something unusual occurred, something that would take decades for collectors to even realize. A tiny batch of Lincoln cents struck that year somehow emerged far superior in quality, condition, and rarity. The term Ultra Lincoln cent refers to coins that were struck with extreme care, precision, and detail. These aren't your everyday pocket change. These coins often exhibit proof-like surfaces, deeply struck features, razor-sharp details, and an almost mirror-like finish. Experts believe that a few trial or presentation pieces may have been struck at the Denver Mint in 1975, possibly for testing dies, for display, or for mint officials. But the reason for their creation remains a mystery, adding to the coin's aura of intrigue and obsession. What makes these coins so unique, so desirable, and so incredibly valuable? The 1975 D Ultra cents exhibit surfaces almost like proof coins, ultra-reflective fields and frosted devices. Unlike the typically soft strikes of circulation pennies, these coins are struck with incredible precision, with Lincoln's profile and the wheat stalks appearing with unparalleled clarity. Some of these coins have specific die markers, doubling effects, or minor varieties that set them apart. Many are graded MS-68 or higher, which is incredibly rare for any Lincoln cent. If you have one of these coins, it can be worth more than a Lamborghini, more than a house, even more than many college tuitions combined. In recent years, collectors have gone absolutely wild over rare Lincoln cents. In private sales and top-tier auctions like Heritage and Stack's Bowers, examples of the 1975 D Ultra Lincoln cent have drawn fierce bidding wars. One pristine example was valued at $597,722 due to its flawless strike, pristine surfaces, and historical rarity. And prices are only climbing. This coin has now become a holy grail among U.S. small cent collectors. People are scouring their old piggy banks, coin jars, and inherited collections in hopes of finding one of these legendary cents. In 1975, the Denver Mint struck over 4.5 billion Lincoln cents. Out of those billions, only a handful show the quality and characteristics of the Ultra Lincoln that makes this coin rarer than some of the most famous gold coins in the world. Many experts believe fewer than 10 genuine examples exist today, and possibly even fewer in mint condition. This rarity, combined with the sheer mystery behind its creation, makes the 1975 D Ultra cent a numismatic legend. Yes, you can be the next person to find this rare treasure. Here's what to look for: pull out your 1975 D Lincoln cents, inspect under a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe, look for deep mirror-like surfaces, high-quality strikes, no blemishes, compare it with images from trusted coin databases or auction houses. If it looks special, send it to a top grading service like PCGS or NGC, who knows? That coin tucked in a dusty jar might be your ticket to a six-figure payday. Coin collecting is no longer just a hobby, it's an investment, a passion, and a connection to history. In a world dominated by digital currency and cards, the beauty of tangible coins reminds us of a simpler time. And when a single cent can be worth nearly $600,000, it's not just nostalgia, it's opportunity. If you've made it this far, you're now one of the few who knows the secret of the 1975 D Ultra Lincoln cent. So here's your mission: check your change. Search through old coin rolls. Ask your parents and grandparents to dig through their jars. Share this video with fellow treasure hunters, because the next person to uncover this $500,000 penny could be you. Like, share, and subscribe for more rare coin stories, hidden treasures, and collector secrets. This is not just a penny, this is history. Wealth. Mystery. Legacy. This is the 1975 D Ultra Lincoln cent. Let me know if you'd like a shorter version, bullet point summary, or a thumbnail title/description to go with the video. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most underrated but potentially extremely valuable coins in U.S. history. We're talking about none other than the 1979 Ultra Lincoln cent. Yes, a penny, worth up to $597,721. That's right. Not a joke. Not clickbait. A single penny, worth nearly $600,000. So before you go spending your change at the gas station, make sure you stick around to the very end, because that copper penny in your pocket just might change your life. Let's start from the beginning. The year is 1979. America is coming off a turbulent decade. We had just celebrated our bicentennial a few years earlier. The economy was struggling, inflation was high, and the U.S. Mint was producing billions, yes, billions, of pennies, but out of those billions, a tiny handful of coins were struck unlike the rest. These were coins with a difference. A mystery. A sharpness in the design. A shine that didn't belong to the everyday coins jingling in your pocket. These coins weren't just regular circulation coins. These were what collectors now refer to as ultra cameo proofs, coins that are so crisp, so finely detailed, and so deeply mirrored, they look like mini masterpieces, and from 1979, we have one of the rarest Lincoln cents ever discovered in this category. A coin so flawless, so iconic, that it's caused collectors, historians, and dealers to lose their minds in bidding wars. Let's break it down. What sets this coin apart from the 6.5 billion other 1979 Lincoln pennies? First, the strike quality. This isn't your typical circulation penny. It's a proof coin, which means it was struck multiple times using specially polished dies and highly reflective planchets, giving it that signature mirror-like finish and frosted design. But not all proofs are created equal. The ultra cameo designation is reserved only for the best of the best. These are coins with ultra-deep mirror fields and strong frosted devices. Think of it like high definition versus regular TV. Once you see an ultra cameo, you'll never look at a regular penny the same way again. Second, the rarity. It's believed that only a minuscule number of 1979 Lincoln cents exist in perfect proof condition with the ultra cameo strike. We're talking maybe a few dozen examples in the highest grades, and even fewer that have been graded and certified at the top levels like PR70 by PCGS or NGC, and last but not least, the market hype. Coin collectors have gone absolutely wild for high-grade examples of this coin. One such penny, a 1979 Lincoln cent in PR70 deep cameo condition, has been reported to sell for an eye-popping $597,721. Yes. A penny. For more than $500,000, okay, so now you're wondering, how can you tell if that old penny in your drawer is worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands? Number 1, proof versus circulation. Most pennies are made for general use. But proof coins are made exclusively for collectors. Proof pennies from 1979 were minted in San Francisco, so they'll have an S mint mark just below the date. If your coin doesn't have the S, it's not a proof. Number 2, condition. Proof coins need to be flawless to be worth serious money. We're talking no scratches, no wear, no fingerprints. The coin should have a deep mirror-like background and a frosted, almost white-looking Lincoln bust. Number 3, certification. If you think you have a special 1979 Lincoln cent, get it graded by a top-tier company like a certified grade of PR69 or PR70. Ultra Cameo is where the big money is. The market for ultra-high-grade Lincoln cents has exploded in recent years. Investors are no longer just buying stocks or gold, they're buying rare coins. And the 1979 Ultra Cameo Lincoln cent has become a hot target. Back in the early 2000s, these coins might have sold for a few hundred to a few $1,000s. Fast forward to today, and top examples are fetching six figures. As of the most recent high-profile auction, a flawless PR70 Deep Cameo 1979 penny sold for a jaw-dropping $597,721, breaking records and turning heads across the numismatic world. Even if your coin doesn't hit that top tier, lower grades like PR69 Ultra Cameos are still being sold for $1,000 to $5,000 depending on condition, eye appeal, and demand. The 1979 Ultra Cameo Lincoln penny isn't just a piece of copper. It's a potential fortune in your hand. But finding one requires patience, knowledge, and a little bit of luck. Check your old proof sets, look for that S mint mark, examine coins for deep mirrors and frosted details, and if you think you've struck gold, or in this case, copper, get it graded immediately. Also, always be cautious. There are fakes out there. Scammers try to replicate these coins using altered mint marks or polished finishes. Stick with certified coins and trusted dealers when buying or selling. If you found this video helpful, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into rare coins that might just be hiding in your pocket change. And hey, have you ever found a valuable penny? Drop your stories in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Who knows, Maybe your coin is our next featured episode. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story, and some of them are worth a whole lot more than 1 cent. Until next time, happy hunting, and keep checking that change. Let me know if you'd like this in a more dramatic tone, or if you want a voiceover style script with pauses and expressions included.
Could be worth over $500,000? Yes, you heard that right. Just one small, copper-colored coin hiding in plain sight might be your ticket to a fortune. So grab your coin jars. Empty your piggy banks, because today we're diving deep into the legendary and mysterious world of the 1983 1-cent ULTRA Lincoln penny from the USA. This isn't just any coin. It's a coin that's broken price records, stunned collectors, and continues to be one of the most elusive treasures in American numismatic history. Stay with me because you do not want to miss this. Let's rewind the clock to 1983. Ronald Reagan was president. Michael Jackson's Thriller was topping the charts. And in the world of coins, something unusual was happening at the U.S. Mint. You see, prior to 1982, Lincoln cents were made primarily from 95% copper. But copper prices soared. The Mint had to make a change. In 1982, they switched to a cheaper composition, zinc core with a thin copper plating. So, by 1983, most Lincoln pennies were fully zinc-based. But here's the kicker: in 1983, a handful of Lincoln cents were mysteriously struck using the old copper alloy, the one that was supposed to be retired. These are known today as off-metal errors or copper planchet errors. But what if I told you there was one version so rare, so flawless, so unbelievably unique, it was dubbed the 1983 Ultra Lincoln cent? Only a few are known to exist. And when one of them surfaced in an auction, it shook the entire coin community. Let's break it down. What makes this coin so desirable? Why are collectors willing to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a 1-cent piece? Rarity. This isn't a mint error you'll find every day. We're talking about one of the rarest Lincoln cents ever produced. With only a tiny handful discovered, the 1983 Ultra cent is the stuff of legend. Composition. This particular penny wasn't just struck on a copper planchet by mistake. It was struck with precision, showing deep strikes, mirror-like surfaces, and near-perfect details. Condition graded by top-tier organizations like PCGS or NGC, the highest known example reached a jaw-dropping grade, possibly MS-68 or even higher. That's museum quality. That's collector heaven. Historical significance. This coin is a transitional anomaly. It marks a shift in U.S. mint history. It's like holding a moment in time, when old met new, and a fluke created something priceless. All right, let's talk money. Cold, hard cash. How much can this single coin fetch on the open market? Drumroll, please. One 1983 Ultra Lincoln penny, graded in pristine condition, has been valued at a staggering $597,417. That's nearly $600,000. For a coin that most people would walk past on the sidewalk. And here's the wild part. There may still be more out there. Yes. In drawers, jars, forgotten collections. Maybe even in your change. Imagine discovering this coin. Your life could change in an instant. Now let's get to the fun part. What if you have one of these coins? How can you tell? Check the weight. Regular 1983 zinc cents weigh about 2.5 grams. But copper cents weigh closer to 3.1 grams. Use a precise digital scale. Look for strong strikes. The 1983 Ultra cent has very sharp details, especially on Lincoln's face, beard, and coat. The lettering is bold, the date is crisp, and the fields are incredibly smooth. Get it tested. If your penny weighs 3.1 grams and looks unusually sharp, it's time to get it authenticated. Send it to PCGS or NGC. Don't clean it. Don't alter it. Just ship it safely. Be patient. Even if it's not the ultra variety, some 1983 cents are worth good money, especially double dies or high-grade copper errors. The buzz around rare Lincoln pennies has only grown. Every year, collectors are paying more, competing harder, and digging deeper into their collections. This isn't just a fad. This is a long-term treasure hunt. Rare coins like the 1983 Ultra Lincoln cent are historical artifacts. They carry value, mystery, and a sense of personal discovery. Imagine owning something that the government didn't even intend to create, yet now is worth more than most cars, houses, or even college degrees. And prices, they're going up. As more collectors enter the market and the number of high-grade examples stays low, value can skyrocket. Still think pennies are worthless? Think again. The next time you get change from the store, check that date. Look for 1983. Weigh it. Study it. Who knows? You might be holding a six-figure fortune in your fingertips. If you found this video fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future deep dives into rare coins, hidden treasures, and collector gold mines. Have you ever found a rare penny? Or do you have a coin you want me to cover next? Let's talk about it. And remember, every coin tells a story. Yours might just be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Could be worth nearly $600,000 today? It might sound unbelievable, but the 1984 Ultra Lincoln penny is making headlines, stirring up coin collectors and shaking the numismatic world to its core. This isn't your average pocket change. This is a piece of American history, wrapped in copper and soaked in pure rarity. So buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the story of the 1984 Lincoln penny, its mysterious origins, what makes it so incredibly valuable, how you might have one sitting unnoticed in your jar of change, and what its current market value really is. The Lincoln cent has been a symbol of American coinage for more than a century. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, it was the very first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny has undergone several design changes, but Lincoln has remained at the center, a timeless face of freedom and unity. In 1984, the penny was struck at various mints including Philadelphia and Denver, and most of them looked pretty standard. But among the millions produced, a few ultra-rare specimens were created, intentionally or not, with peculiar characteristics. And this is where our journey begins, because one of those special pennies could change someone's life. So, what separates the average 1984 penny from the ultra-rare one worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? It's all about errors, details, and die varieties. The most sought-after 1984 Lincoln penny is known as the 1984 double die obverse, often referred to simply as the DDO. In this rare variety, if you look closely at Lincoln's face, especially around the ear, eye, and the lettering of "In God We Trust" and "Liberty," you'll notice a clear doubling. This doubling effect didn't happen by accident. It was caused when the die used to strike the coin had a misalignment during its creation. This makes every coin struck by that die uniquely flawed and incredibly valuable. You're checking your old penny jar or your childhood coin collection and you see it, that tiny little 1984 date. You pull it closer. You squint. And boom, there's doubling on Lincoln's ear. You, my friend, might just be holding a six-figure fortune in your hand. Let's talk numbers, because this isn't just collector hype. The current market value of a pristine, high-grade 1984 double die obverse Lincoln cent has reached an astonishing $597,416 in top auctions. That's right, nearly $600,000 for a single penny. But even if your coin isn't in mint state, it can still fetch a small fortune. Lower-grade examples have been known to sell for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. So every single 1984 penny is worth checking, because you never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Okay, so now you're probably itching to go through your change. Here's exactly what to look for to identify this ultra-valuable coin. First, flip the coin and look at Lincoln's portrait. Focus on the ear. The double die shows a clear extra outline around it. Next, examine the eye and mouth. Some versions show extra thickness or shadows. Then scan the lettering. "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" should show signs of doubling. Finally, the date. Make sure it's 1984, and if possible, get a magnifying glass to check the details more clearly. And don't worry if you're unsure, there are plenty of experts and coin grading companies like PCGS or NGC that can authenticate and appraise your penny. If you think you've found something special, it's worth getting it checked out. The coin market has been exploding lately, especially with rare error coins. The reason? Scarcity and demand. As collectors rush to own pieces of American numismatic history, prices soar. And the 1984 DDO penny is a perfect storm. It's rare, it's got a story, and it's recognized across the world as one of the standout errors in modern coinage. Only a limited number are confirmed to exist in high grades, which makes each one incredibly desirable. Add in the growing interest from younger collectors and international buyers, and the price only keeps climbing. The next time you're about to toss a penny aside or leave it behind in your change tray, stop and take a closer look. Because that unassuming little coin could be a life-changing treasure. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone curious about the coins in your pocket, the story of the 1984 Ultra Lincoln penny reminds us that value is often hidden in plain sight. And sometimes, the smallest things can be worth the most. So go on, dig through that old piggy bank, check the back of your couch, or go hunting through your local flea market. Your fortune might just be one penny away. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the rarest and most valuable pennies in the world, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more incredible coin stories, and turn on notifications so you never miss a hidden treasure. And if you think you've found a rare penny, drop a comment below. We love hearing your stories. Who knows, maybe you're the next lucky collector holding a $500,000 coin. This is your coin guide, signing, reminding you to always look twice at your change, because every penny has a story and some are worth a fortune. Cue outro music, logo animation, end screen with video suggestions. Let me know if you want a shorter version, a script tailored for Shorts or TikTok, or if you'd like me to design a thumbnail, title, and description too. Could be worth nearly $600,000 today? Sounds impossible, right? Well, brace yourself, because today we're diving into one of the most fascinating and mind-blowing stories in the world of rare coins, the legendary 1988 Ultra Lincoln penny. That's right. In the vast world of coin collecting, hidden treasures are waiting to be found, and today we're unlocking the secrets behind the 1988 Ultra Lincoln penny. This is no ordinary pocket change. This tiny copper coin holds a massive story, and if you've ever come across an old penny lying around in your drawer or slipped in your change, you might just be sitting on a small fortune. Let's rewind the clock. The year is 1988. Ronald Reagan is finishing his presidency, Michael Jordan is dominating the NBA, and somewhere in the mints of the United States, something unusual happens. During the year, the U.S. Mint was producing Lincoln Memorial pennies like it did every other year. Millions were made. But in the middle of that massive production line, something rare and mysterious occurred. A few very special pennies were struck with a design anomaly that would go unnoticed for years. And those pennies would go on to become legendary among collectors. Fast forward a few decades. A seasoned collector was examining some of their coins under magnification when they noticed something strange on the reverse side of the 1988 penny. The AM in America was slightly touching. A clear sign of the 1988 reverse of 1989 variety. But that was only the beginning. The 1988 Ultra Lincoln penny would go on to be categorized not just as a variety, but as one of the most visually stunning and rare examples of minting error and design crossover. This version has unmatched detail, exceptional strike quality, and the unmistakable traits that make it a crown jewel in the coin collecting world. So, what exactly makes this penny so valuable? It's not just age. It's not just condition. It's that ultra strike quality and the ultra-rare reverse design of 1989 mistakenly used in 1988. The distinguishing features include sharper relief in Lincoln's bust, high-definition edges on the lettering, and specific die markers that identify it as an ultra strike. This penny isn't just rare, it's one in a million. Maybe even rarer. Now let's talk about what everybody wants to know, the money. How much is this tiny coin really worth? In recent years, one of these extraordinary pennies was sold for a staggering $597,415. That's right, almost $600,000 for one little copper coin. Why so much? Because collectors and investors understand that rarity, demand, and historical uniqueness create the perfect storm for explosive value. And the 1988 Ultra Lincoln penny checks all those boxes. But hold on, condition is everything. If you happen to have a 1988 penny lying around, don't go quitting your job just yet. Only coins that are graded by top agencies like PCGS or NGC at a mint state level, preferably MS68 or higher, fetch those sky-high prices. That means no scratches, no discoloration, and absolutely no damage. We're talking about pristine, untouched coins that look like they just came off the minting press yesterday. So where do these magical pennies come from? Some have been found in bankrolls. Others in old coin collections tucked away in basements or attics. A few lucky people have even found them in circulation. Imagine buying a soda, getting your change back, and holding on to $500,000 without even knowing it. It sounds like a dream, but for a few very lucky people, that dream became a reality. Now you're probably wondering, how can I check my pennies? Great question. Here's what you do. Look for 1988 Lincoln cents, specifically Philadelphia and Denver mints. Use a strong magnifying glass or digital microscope. Check the reverse, look for the AM in America. If it's touching, you may have the rare reverse of 1989. Get it graded. Contact PCGS or NGC to have your coin officially graded and authenticated. The coin collecting world went wild over this find. Forums exploded, collectors scrambled to check their stashes, and auctions hit record highs. This isn't just a coin, it's a phenomenon. The 1988 Ultra Lincoln penny is now considered one of the most desirable modern errors in U.S. coinage history. So next time you empty your pockets or crack open a jar of old coins, take a closer look. That penny you've ignored for years could be worth more than a luxury car, maybe even a house. The 1988 Ultra Lincoln penny is proof that treasure can hide in plain sight. It's a story of history, mystery, rarity, and incredible value all packed into one little copper circle. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more rare coin stories, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a hidden gem like this. Drop a comment below, have you ever found a rare coin? Or do you think you might have a 1988 Ultra Lincoln sitting in your collection right now? Thanks for watching, and remember, always check your change. You never know what treasure you might be holding. Let me know if you'd like this adapted into a full video transcript with timestamps, or if you want a shorter TikTok/real version too.